Okay, so now let's move on to two series that wrapped up. Well, one was a limited series and it wrapped up, and it was 6 episodes of Harry and Meghan. And so we talked about it last week, Ma. I'll just start off with saying that I enjoyed the series. I thought it was very entertaining, and overall, I think it was really well done. There was just a couple of things that kind of stood out for me. I do think that the second half of it was very sympathy inducing. I also think that you know, this is a millennial generation. Harry and Meghan, and I guess I'm in there too. What I will say is that we like to overshare. I personally am not an oversharer, but I think just the entire generation. And some of these things I may, if I was in their shoes, kept to myself. Um, so I get that. But I mean, I had a couple of issues with it just overall in general. But I liked it for the most part. What are your thoughts on Harry and Meghan?
Well, as I have said many times, in the past, I'm going to say again, I am romantic. I'm a
Hmm.
romantic. I believe in, true love and fairy tale and all that kind of thing.
Hmm.
I believe in that and I like that. And I got that from Harry and Meghan. In
Hmm.
this moment, at this time,
Hmm.
I got that from them. And I don't know what's going to be down the road. I don't have a crystal ball because sometimes stories start wonderfully and end up terribly. And then sometimes they stay wonderful for, a long time. So I don't know, but what I'm going to say is that I got the feeling that they both, cared about each other. They fought it out. They did whatever. They argued it out and they supported each other and they just did everything because it's a lot for him because that is his family, and but then he knows everything that his own mom went through, with all the overall disrespect,
Hmm.
just in general from everyone, from her husband, the press, the husband's family, just and also from being much beloved by the public. So the whole thing, and he has gone through that. So I know this was difficult for him to be put in that situation with his wife. So now this is a whole nother thing. So I kind of already had a soft spot for Harry and Meghan. I already had a soft spot. That's my bias. Okay, that's the truth of it. And well, when you if you agree to do a documentary, then I think you're supposed to be sharing. I think that's the purpose of a documentary, to share. And so I was fine with them sharing. I wanted them to share. I wanted to hear about, when you were upset, when you felt vulnerable, and what your experience really was.
I,
And
I
okay, no, go.
No, I'm totally fine with that. Like I said, overall, I really enjoyed it. I just think that these two in particular, they are, as we use the word privilege, I'm not a huge fan of. They, have a lot of, people of
Material things.
influence and celebrity
Yeah.
friends, and now their own money. And we look at them and they're very fortunate and, very, if you believe in blessed
Okay.
and all these other things. And so,
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
I think that's kind of, and
Okay.
they
Okay.
complained a lot.
Okay. Okay. Well,
And I get it.
I
I
don't know if
get
they
it.
complained or they told what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
a fine line.
I,
There's a fine line there.
and that's
Well,
my issue. The
okay.
fine line. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. In any event, uh, I enjoyed I enjoyed it. I watched everything. I watched
Mhm.
it in its entirety and I enjoyed it very much. And I'm glad they're still together
Mhm.
and I wish them well.
Oh, me
And
too.
I respect and admire them very much. She's has a whole thing going with her family where, you know, there was estrangement, or I don't know if you want to call it complete estrangement, but she certainly wasn't that close to some of her family members. And all of a sudden, they were being interviewed. And to me, they were just being opportunistic.
Mhm.
And, I believe that. I believe, most of everything she said, if not all.
Well,
And the only reason I won't say all is because it's good to avoid absolutes, but I certainly felt that the two of them were truthful and what they said. Now, how you view it is up to you. I don't
hmm.
think she ever said that she didn't feel that she was privileged in some ways, by being married to him. I don't think they ever denied
I never had the sense that she was as appreciative as she should be. But I also feel I preface this my I say the royal family, they're petty, they're jealous, and I don't get them. They seem
right.
like
And then when
cold
you say
people,
appreciative,
but not
and you
Meghan
should
and
be.
Harry. And I understand why they would want to get
Okay,
away from
here's
them.
the thing about it, but hey, maybe she wasn't appreciative at all. Maybe she resented some of the things for many
Well,
historical
nobody has
reasons.
a perfect life.
Yeah.
Just because you
Well,
marry a prince doesn't mean that your life is
well,
supposed to
but
be perfect. And maybe that's the expectation.
everybody's privacy is not invaded to that degree either.
Well, there's a price that you pay for everything.
Well, she decided it wasn't worth the price to pay, and
And
she decided the price was too high, and so
and
did Harry, which is why they left.
now they have, really like billionaire celebrity friends who can help them out. And they also, have
And
people
they're
that they can
fine.
ask for
And
a
they're telling
job. And
they're not complaining about their circumstances now. They're just explaining to you why they left.
I get it. But there's that part of me that's just like, I really enjoyed it and I'm happy for you guys. I want everybody to be happy and I like the love story.
I don't think they were
But
as whiny as you think they were. I don't think that about them.
I don't think that there was a lot of accomplishments there.
I think they were trying to explain to or explaining to the public
Yeah,
why they left. Even though you think it's so beautiful and so wonderful and so lovely, here are some of the things that we experienced
I
that
understand.
made it difficult for us to stay.
I understand. I completely believe that they felt, they had to endure racism. They had to endure the monarchy, who is just really all about protecting the
And how
monarchy.
about
And I
being
get that.
controlled
Hmm.
and having no privacy?
Hmm.
How about being your life being totally dictated to
Hmm.
your behavior and so on and so forth? There was a lot of things.
And now,
You
because
know,
of the
you
connections that the royal family had, they're able to make millions and millions of dollars.
and good. So be it.
Okay. You understand what I'm saying about there's a price that to me that you pay for every choice that you make.
And they paid the price.
Okay. All right. Anyway, I would recommend that people watch it. I thought it was interesting. Right?
Absolutely. I enjoyed it very much. I'd watch it again and again, and I enjoyed it very, very much.
Okay.
And I'm
And
happy that Meghan is a black woman or a woman of color and in that position.
but I just realized
Heartbreaking.
though, along the filming of this, that that she was being treated like a black woman. She didn't realize that beforehand.
Well, I don't think she said that, and I don't
She
think no, no,
said that
no,
she
no.
had never been treated like a black woman before.
I don't think she said she didn't realize she was a black woman. I heard what she said.
Okay.
And I'm not going to take issue with that because I don't know what she meant. But I will say this is open to interpretation.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bambushi Happy Hour podcast, streaming on most platforms.